It's pumpkin spice latte season, so why not enjoy some of your favorite fall-inspired recipes with a little more protein? All of these are very easy to make, and I'm going to walk you through the steps as usual. I'm definitely a fan of anything pumpkin flavored, so let's start off with these delicious pumpkin muffins. Now this recipe makes 6 muffins, so if you don't have a muffin pan like I do here, you can always use the standard size, which is 12, and leave 6 spots empty, or double the recipe because you might want more. In a large bowl, add a 1/4 cup of flour, a 1/4 cup of sweetener, 1 scoop of whey protein, 1 scoop of casein protein, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. Mix everything around with a whisk until no clumps remain, and in a separate bowl add half a cup of plain Greek yogurt, half a cup of pumpkin, 1 egg, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Again, stir everything around with a whisk until the ingredients are mixed together. Combine the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients and stir with a whisk or spatula until no clumps remain, and we have that nice muffin batter ready to go. Spray 6 muffin liners down with nonstick cooking spray before adding the batter. Make sure each one is about the same size so the muffins cook evenly. Then place the muffins in a preheated oven set to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. At this point we can make the topping, which consists of 3 tablespoons of softened cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt, and 1 tablespoon of sweetener. Stir this mixture around, and once the muffins are done, you can remove them from the oven to cool down before adding the topping. Now I did add some orange sprinkles on top for a little fall color, but this is optional of course. The macros for one muffin are 118 calories, 19 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fat, 14 grams of protein, and 3 grams of sugar. Now one note I want to say is regarding the protein powder. I know a lot of people say, hey, I only have whey protein powder, can I still make this recipe? Unfortunately, you really need that whey casein blend. If not, it's just not going to come out the same. So keep that in mind. Next up, we have these cinnamon sugar donuts. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Then add 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a cup of flour, a 1/4 cup of sweetener, and half a teaspoon of baking soda to a bowl. Stir everything around with a spatula until the ingredients are mixed together and no clumps remain. I then transferred the batter to a plastic bag so it would be easier to shape the donuts in a pan. By the way, you'll want to make sure the pan is sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. If not, it's going to be really difficult when it comes time to remove the donuts at the end. And once the donut batter is in the pan, go ahead and flatten out the tops with a spoon, as this will ensure each donut cooks evenly. Bake them for 10 to 12 minutes before making the cinnamon sugar topping, which consists of 2 teaspoons of sweetener and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Stir this around before placing it in a sifter, and when you take the donuts out of the oven, you might notice that they don't look like donuts at all. But don't worry, as when you flip the pan upside down, they should become more recognizable. When it comes to the topping, you can sprinkle it on while the donuts are still hot, as it will help it stick to the surface. Macros for one donut are 114 calories, 25 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fat, and 6 grams of protein. And last but not least, we have high protein apple crisp. Now I'm using an apple slicer here to remove the core. I then cut each piece the long way, then in half once more. Some people might not like the apples cut this way, so do whatever style you prefer. Place the apples in an oven-safe baking dish and add a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. If your bowl has a lid like this, go ahead and give it a good shake. If not, just stir everything around until the apples are fully coated with the mixture. Place the dish in a preheated oven set to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. While that's in the oven, we can make the topping, which consists of 30 grams of oats, 15 grams of chopped walnuts, a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. Stir the ingredients around with a spatula until everything is mixed together before placing them on your pre-baked apples. Make sure to spread the oats evenly so the apples are fully coated, and place the bowl back in the oven for 15 minutes. That's 25 minutes of total cooking time if you're keeping track. Now we can move on to the topping where most of the protein in this recipe is coming from. All you need to do is add half a cup of plain Greek yogurt and half a scoop of vanilla protein powder to a bowl and stir until all of the protein powder is blended with the yogurt. And that's really all you have to do. When the apple crisp is done, remove them from your oven and add the topping. If you don't want to mix protein powder with yogurt, you can always use vanilla flavored Greek yogurt instead. Just make sure it's Greek yogurt, as this will have more protein compared to the regular version. The macros for this recipe are 450 calories, 54 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat, and 30 grams of protein. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one.